morning, everybody. Stoked the wood stove. Try to warm it up in here. If I get pneumonia, you'll understand why. It's cool, 37 degrees outside right now. That's slightly above freezing. But in a 16-man Tipi. Spent second night in a row out here. It was warm a couple nights ago. Freak warm front came through, and then that brought rainstorms with it, which cooled it down pretty good last night. Was out here in the rain, and it's all right. But in the wee hours, it started to get a little cold, so I decided I'd turn the Chinese diesel heater on and see how it would work. It provides a little heat, but for a big structure like this, 16-man tent, talking 12.5 foot high, 21 foot diameter, yeah, it's not going to keep up very well with that. It'll warm me up a little bit, but not as well as it would with a smaller tent, which is what I figured. I turned it up a little bit, number 4 setting, tried number 6, it eventually kicked itself back down to like speed 1, so I just had to kind of find that sweet spot of number 4 just to keep it going. And I had a little bit of background heat, but keep me a little warmer and outside, and it is what it is. But, had to fiddle around a little bit with my underquilt here with this Swiftlet stand. So originally I just tried tacking it on to the hook, and there wasn't enough tension on it. So this morning when I woke up, stoked the fire, I was like, let me just try taking it over the ends there. And then once you have it over the end, bring it back down to the hook. So, it was probably an extra foot of tension on each end for the shock cord. So that brought that back up toward the body of the hammock. Wish I would have done that earlier last night, because I ended up sleeping with this cheap little, I don't know, Kmart, Walmart sleeping bag I've had for 30 some odd years. I had that underneath me for a while, and then I've also got my Loco Libre Operator Series 50 degree top quilt, and that's what the bottom quilt's rated for too. So I'm not really getting too bulky right now on my insulation, but all the insulation you can provide yourself, the better. So my little Primus lantern there puttered out last night. Actually, I guess the other morning it puttered out. So I've been using that canister for, I don't know, maybe 3 camping trips already. And I knew it was getting low, but it finally petered out, and I'll eventually have to get a new one of those. And this is the 4-dog titanium wood stove. That thing works pretty well. I've been starting it off with pine cones and putting some cheap little cut up strips of lumber in there that I got from a sawmill, and once that stuff gets going, I throw a little bit of oak or sweet gum on top, and makes for a pretty good fire. But yeah, if you got a wood stove going, it's gonna be enjoyable. You got to wake up every few hours, 2 to 3 hours, to restoke the fire, which I did that. I woke up in the middle of the night, stoked the fire, went to the bathroom, adjusted the heater and that. You'll get sleep. It's not going to be the most restful sleep. Then I woke up again wee hours of the morning, and So this is like my third time being up now. But definitely no 8 hours of sleep right now. But yeah. Camping in the winter. Both pleasure and pain. So, gotta deal with the realities of it. A lot of guys on YouTube will try to, romance it and do a lot of camera angles and make you think that, oh yeah, it's all sunshine and lollipops. And it is fun. It is fun. There is a nice allure to the fire and the warmth and extending a camping season, but when you wake up freezing cold, whoo, that's when reality sets in. So yeah, that's why insulation's important. I could have brought out a heavier gauged sleeping system and all that, but I just had this one in the house, and I just went and grabbed the tiny ones last night. Figure I'd just throw them on and try a little 3/4 and see how it works on this, because this is a lot shorter setup than if I was in between trees. My regular quilts, usually for my 11-footers, run down to the ends pretty well, and with the Swiftlet stand, with the way it tensions over it, I didn't want to run a risk of, doing anything funny to potentially rip or damage, my underquilts if I had the full-length ones. So I can always play with that in the future. But the short one, figure the worst it's gonna get hit is just the shot cord. I might stretch it a little bit, but let's see what happens. Over the long run when I take this off, probably be all right. Nice and tight now. So I guess I'm gonna sign off, and maybe I'll catch another few winks of shut-eye, maybe I won't, but I think I'm gonna conclude this just to say, if you got a diesel heater, propane heater, anything like that, you can use them in the wintertime. You just gotta kind of size them to the right size tent. If you got a small 4-man tent or 6-man tent or something like that, probably get away with it. Get anything beyond that, just the heat loss and the volume and everything, and then what those things pump out. I haven't adjusted like fan speed or anything. It's just, basically I guess like the fuel speed that it's doing, but there might be a way to tweak it, give a little more heat output than what I'm getting, but for something this huge, nah, it's not going to keep me, blustery warm like a wood stove does. I know propane, I've tried that before. Usually got to have a 20-pound tank one, and have that thing cranking, and then it's going to spew out a bunch of moisture and stuff, so you're going to get a lot of condensation with the propane ones inside your tent. So that's always something you got to watch out for there too. If you have an Arctic oven, that'll take care of your condensation problem. But if you got a regular single wall tent, no, you're gonna get a lot of frost on the walls. But that's one thing right now. I mean, it's not freezing temperature, and I got dry heat in here, so I don't have any frost line indication on this tent, which is nice. But yeah, it's okay, but I'd say if you're gonna try like a small heater or something, do it on, like say probably 6-man or less tent, you'd probably be alright. You start getting too big and it's just not gonna keep up, especially when you get real cold out. 65-degree night, yeah, be fine, but you probably don't even need a heater on that. You get down to, 35-ish, somewhere in that range, or you start getting below freezing. Yeah, you need something that's going to keep up with you. Wood stove, typically it'll give you 40 degrees of temperature raise from whatever the outside is. If it's like 30, 40 outside, it'll probably be like 80-ish or something, 85 inside, depending on the size of your tent. That is what it is. So, I'm going to sign off, and, if I don't put you to sleep here with all my yawning. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and catch you again in the outdoors. As always, thanks for watching.